Patrick Shaka, editor-in-chief of Yachting Magazine. I am here today with Tucker West, president and CEO of Kadey-Krogen Yachts. And we're here to bring you the new Kadey-Krogen 60 Open. Good to see you, Tucker.
How are you, man?
Yeah.
Good
awesome.
to see you.
Awesome. You know, I remember when the 50 Open launched, and at the time I was thinking, wow, that is a sizable trawler. But now we're on the 60 Open. And 10 feet makes a huge difference.
First and foremost, I mean, this is an extension of the 50 Open. It's got a whole new set of tooling, and you can do 4 cabins. This specific one is set up with 2 cabins and an office. For those that want more elbow room, and this boat now has the space of what I consider almost 80 footers in a 60-foot platform.
Well, give us a little bit of background on the performance.
The 60 Open has twin engines, John Deere 4045, 200 horsepower twins that can cruise comfortably between 6 and 9 knots, maybe topping up at 10 downhill with the wind behind you.
So what level of personalization does an owner have when they buy a 60 Open?
We are a semi-custom builder. We're not moving bulkheads around, but if owners have like a cabinet they want here, or they want a louvered door rather than a solid door, those are all things that we can do. In addition to the minor customizations, we've also hired a full-time interior designer. Her name is Katie Astruth. She came to us from Patty Downing. She's been doing our boats for decades.
Kadey-Krogen has a loyal following of owners. How much of the feedback plays into developing a new model for you?
Almost 100%. We are talking with our owners, getting feedback, good, bad, or otherwise, and we are always trying to improve on the next hull, whether it be a hull 20 or a hull number 1.
Are there any particular features on this 60 Open that you can say, hey, clients came to us and said they wanted this, and so we had to make sure that this was part of this boat?
It's a couple that bought this boat, and if you go downstairs, when you enter the companionway, you see this ginormous office. So Salon, who is the wife, is working, and she wanted an office. I thought it was actually going to be for both of them, and Salon said, no, this is me. And if you go down into the pilot house, you'll see a little screen mounted. That's a Hamont's desk area. So they each got it. That's one of the custom things that we've done.
So we had talked about what the benefit of the size of this boat as it relates to the volume below decks and the staterooms that you can have there, and you mentioned you can have 4. How does that translate into the salon and the space forward?
More breathing room. You know, you just like, if we're in the galley, the countertop in the galley on the 50 compared to the 60. The 60 is nice and skinny. It's 6 inches, it's good, you can work on it. You go down on this boat, you got 24 inches. Your chairs aren't knuckled. You just have shoulder room to be able to move freely, which makes the boat feel a lot bigger. Also on this, we can have 2 helm chairs, no problem. The workstation, we were able to do that, and the day head. So we have a day head on the main level, which is a biggie that I missed until just now. So the day head is located just forward of the fridge, which is huge.
And it's also very owner-operator friendly, because I noticed the wing stations in front of the Portuguese bridge as well. So this thing is set up for a couple cruising.
All the boats at this time are owner-operated. We do have plans to put a crew cabin in this boat that will go aft of the engine room.
Now again, we talked about the size and volume of this boat and all that you get in terms of space. How does that translate into the aft deck?
So the cockpit is significantly larger than the 50. So you have a lot more space in the cockpit. Right now it's open because they haven't put their furniture in it, so it will just dress up a lot like the other Krogens with the back porch. You can enclose it, you can put loose furniture in. We're starting to tiptoe into fixed furniture on our boats, building tooling to get that out. You know, the other thing that's nice in the aft deck, we have boarding doors to port, starboard, and through the transom. So that just makes it easier no matter how you're docking, is getting on and off the boat. In addition to that, up in the Portuguese bridge, we have boarding gates, which if you're at a fixed dock and the tide's out, it's easier to jump off the boat as opposed to doing flips and somersaults from the back.
So let's talk about, again, how the space translates into the flybridge, where we are right now.
One of the challenges on the Open Series, because it's one level on the main level, is we have a larger staircase coming up. So first and foremost, there are more stairs to get up here. But once you get up here, I would say you could potentially call it a pickleball court. 2 Stid helms, fridge, 2 separate tables. You can dine 12 people up here if you wanted to. You've got a full barbecue. You've got a 1,500-pound crane, a 14-foot dinghy, and you've got a humongous dance floor just after the barbecue as well. So just ample space for people to spread out, relax, read a book, whatever it may be. But again, just volume and space so you're not bumping into everybody. We do have the ability to enclose our fly bridges, but we have such a nice pilot house that a lot of times they just leave them open because this is where you come to get your fresh air.
And that space also translates into the engine room space.
Totally. The pro here is you get down into the engine room and you have a bigger engine room than I've ever been on in 7+ feet of headroom, access around both sides of the engine. Everything is visible. You have a watertight bulkhead door going into a lazarette with ample storage. I believe your water maker's back there, and you can put other features or components in there. Just very easy to get around. You're walking in, you're not ducking through things, and everything's accessible. So you can access the engine room 2 different ways, through the lazarette in the cockpit, or you have a full door in the master cabin that can go. And we did that so if you have service personnel coming in to do work, they can just access it without having to come through the whole boat. Or alternatively, if the buyer or the owner of the boat is doing his engine checks, sort of keep an eye on things as they're running the boat.
Tucker, thank you so much for your time today. Really appreciate it.
Good man. I appreciate you guys coming out.
And thank you for spending time with us on the Kadey-Krogen 60 Open. I'm Patrick Shaka from Yachting Magazine, signing off for now. Stay tuned for more, because more is coming.